Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and where we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we have another interesting episode for you guys. But before we get into it, make sure you go ahead and hit the subscribe button. We're trying to get to 50,000 subs by the end of this year, so we'd really appreciate it if you helped us hit that target. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you do so now when you have a chance. Anyway, let me get into this topic here. Now, this is something that I've been pondering, this particular topic here, that I've been pondering over the last few weeks, right? It's something that I've been thinking about. And I have to admit it to you. It in all these years of watching the NBA, it never occurred to me. It never occurred to me. And I think the reason for that is because I never really paid close attention, or I never really followed Kevin Durant's career closely. Because when KD was when he was in OKC, when he was playing with the Oklahoma City Thunder, I was a Lakers supporter, right? That, I was cheering for the Lakers. I was cheering for Kobe. That's when Kobe was there, and there were some battles that the Lakers had against the Oklahoma City Thunder in the playoffs. They won one series, then they lost the next series. I think it was in that OKC series, or maybe it may have been against the Phoenix Suns when Ron Artest had that tip-in shot. I don't remember, but these two teams faced each other. But I was supporting the Lakers, so I wasn't really paying attention to them. But after the Lakers acquired Russell Westbrook, for the very first time, I believe, it put his basketball game under a microscope. For the very first time, I think a lot of people started paying attention to Russell Westbrook's game. And it makes perfect sense, right? Think of the stage he's playing on. He's playing for the Los Angeles Lakers. The majority of us, knew Russell Westbrook prior to him getting to the Lakers as the undisputed king of triple doubles. And we knew that he always gave 110% whenever he played in basketball. That was the reputation of Russell Westbrook before he landed on the Lakers roster. But what we didn't see was his terrible decision-making over the years. And we didn't see how it was actually hurting Kevin Durant's chances at becoming an NBA champion. The only person that has ever pointed out Russell Westbrook's terrible decision-making and said it would never work, we're talking about big media now, was Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless was the only one. He was the only one. I think he was reporting back on it when he was on ESPN First Take. He was the one saying that, this thing is not going to work. He doesn't see how KD can win. He was the one and only person that I heard saying this. Other people say, no, Skip Bayless is a hater. How can you hate on Russell Westbrook? Russell Westbrook gives you 150%. And I was among that group of people. I'm like, well, how could you be criticizing this guy? This guy is always going, always full throttle. So how could you be hating on him? And after 34 games played with the Lakers, we are all beginning to see what Kevin Durant had to deal with when he was playing with Russell, when they were teammates. In the 11 seasons that Westbrook played with the Thunder, he only shot over 30% from the three-point line 5 times. Think about this. In 11 years, he's only shot above 30% from the three-point line during that period. He's only shot over 45% from the field 2 times in 11 seasons when he was playing with the Oklahoma City Thunder. 2 times. And he averaged over 4 turnovers a game in his last 5 seasons with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Since then, he's been a turnover machine if you just keep going. If you look at the rest of the years in OKC, then you look at the Washington Wizards years, and now you look at his time with the Lakers. In KD's final 4 seasons in Oklahoma, him and Westbrook were averaging roughly the same amount of shots, while KD was shooting roughly 7 to 8% better from the floor while they were playing together. But nevertheless, they were somehow equal in shots. And I think in one season, if I'm not mistaken, Russell Westbrook actually averaged more field goal attempts than Kevin Durant, which now, when you think about it, and if you think about the efficiency that Kevin Durant plays with, it is mind-blowing to think that Westbrook was averaging more field goal attempts than probably the most efficient basketball player, perimeter player, that we have in the NBA today. It is unconscionable to try to process that information that I just gave to you. But that was the fact. During their last 3 playoff runs together, Westbrook was averaging at least 4 turnovers a game in the playoffs, right? In the playoffs. And imagine Kevin Durant is in that situation and he was trying to win. How was KD supposed to win in a situation like that? And it makes me begin to wonder, all the people that got angry with KD for leaving and joining the Golden State Warriors, what would you have preferred him to do? Would you have preferred he stay with Russell Westbrook and continue to try to figure things out after 6-7 seasons together? Is that what you guys thought he should have done? And it also makes me begin to wonder, if you're saying that KD should have never left Russell Westbrook, then given the fact that there's only been 34 games since Westbrook has been playing with the Lakers, then the Lakers should not be looking to trade Russell Westbrook. LeBron and these guys should stick with him. I mean, it's only been 34 games. Are we going to compare 34 games to 7 seasons together? I don't think we can. So if it makes sense for the Lakers or LeBron, these guys, to get away from Westbrook because they can't win with him, just imagine what Kevin Durant had to deal with for all of those years. And somehow, some way, he still managed to win a regular season MVP. He still managed to win scoring titles. He still pretty much managed to have a Hall of Fame career during his tenure with the Oklahoma City Thunder. He was still, in spite of Westbrook, able to accomplish those things on a personal level while playing alongside Russell Westbrook. I mean, to me, when you begin to think about it, Kevin Durant was succeeding in spite of this guy. In spite of this guy. Now, he's gotten worse over the years. We're talking about his field goal percentage, his turnover. I mean, he's just gotten worse. But if you ask me, if you swapped out Russell Westbrook with, let's say, Chris Paul, are you telling me that Kevin Durant could not have captured at least one NBA championship during his time with the Oklahoma City Thunder? At least one? I mean, imagine swapping out Westbrook with Chris Paul. Look what Chris Paul has been able to do over the last few programs he's been with the exception. No, even with the Houston Rockets. Look what was the team he played for before? I think it was I forgot the team that he played for before, the Thunder. Look at what he was able to accomplish with the Oklahoma City Thunder, right? Then look what he was able to, while replacing Russell Westbrook, right? Because Westbrook went to Houston. Look what he was able to accomplish with them. Look what he has been able to accomplish with the Phoenix Suns, helping that team make it to the NBA championship round. I mean, think about this, and help them, win, take it to Game 6 in the NBA Finals. So imagine if Kevin Durant was playing with a young and more tenacious Chris Paul. He would probably have one championship by now. Now, do we know this for sure? No. But I think his chances of winning an NBA championship would have gone up a little bit higher if Russell Westbrook was his point guard. And it just makes me wonder, wow. So KD was supposed to stay with Westbrook, continue to lose. Meanwhile, after 34 games, LeBron and these guys got to get him the hell up out of there. I think, in my opinion, I don't care whoever sees it. Kevin Durant himself can say, I don't care. I mean, I'm saying what I believe, period, end of story. I just believe that he hurt his chances of winning an NBA championship. This is what I believe. Given what we know now, given the fact that his game is now under a microscope and we can all look at it and see it for what it is, I think it's clear to see. So what I want to know from you guys is, what do you think about the question that I posed in this video? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Again, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. Once again, this is Charles here from Dreamerspro. Wishing you guys an amazing day and catch you guys on the next episode.